Well, hello there. It's Sunday, and we are ready for Stampin' All Day with Bev, are we not? How are you? I hope everyone is doing well. We're going to start in 2 minutes. It is 2 minutes to 7. I hope you had a great Sunday. We did. I'm getting ready for another busy week. I have family coming to stay with me from Thursday to Sunday. I have a parade that I'm going to be in with my truck. We're going to be celebrating in our town the Mexican Independence Day, 16th of September on the 13th. Hey, Bev. It's also my youngest daughter Jennifer's birthday on the 16th, but we're going to celebrate on the 13th. So I'm going to have family from Los Angeles. Hi, Roz. I'm going to have family for Jenny's birthday and friends for Jenny's birthday. And it's just going to be a crazy bunch of days, but they're all going to be fun filled. And I'm very excited about every single day. So I'm trying to prep my house right now, making sure the spare bedrooms are all up into par. And I'm just got a lot of things going on. So today I am going to share with you, I'm still working with Gathering Moments, the suite, and I'm going to share with you my annual owl. Yesterday was my birthday. Happy birthday, Bev. You know, I saw that on Facebook. I don't remember if I said happy belated birthday or not. 76 times around. Well, I'm close to that. I'm close to you. So happy birthday to you. Let's see. It is 7 o'clock on the dot, but we're going to wait 1 second because I'm going to sing happy birthday to Bev. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Bev. Happy birthday to you. And many more. So I hope I know you had a great day. You have so many friends and everybody said happy birthday to you, and it was full of love. Hi, Marie. All right, so let's get down to business. I'm going to flip you around, and we're going to just get started. If I can loosen my camera. Oh, that's tightening it. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. Okay. Oh, it's a little high. You were singing too, Roz. I think she heard you. Let me try to zoom in so you don't have to see all of my dress and all of that. Oh, good grief. I hate it when that happens. Marie says happy birthday too. You guys are all so sweet. Come on. They don't want to see me. They want to see the project. Maria. Well, you guys, it looks like. Now, is it just me, or every time I start to give up, it zooms? Hi, Melody. All right, welcome to Stampin' All Day with Bev. Here's my information. Shop with me at beverleystamps.stampinup.net. Watch my YouTube channel for any replays that you might want to see, because you know Facebook takes my videos away after I forget how many weeks or 2 months or something like that. So if there's something you want to see that's old, just go to my YouTube channel and check it and see. I just had a customer, a follower on YouTube get a hold of me, and she said that somehow YouTube she had been unsubscribed, so she subscribed again. So I am there, so she couldn't find me, so she called. It was very sweet of her. And then here's my email address if you need to get a hold of me for any reason whatsoever. All right, so in this catalog, the annual catalog, I am going to be using... What page was it on? Page 83. I think there was something. No. 86. Well, I was close. 3 pages off. You know how I like to show you guys what we can use with other sets that works really well. Hey, Karen Kirshner. I'm going to use this Party Alphabet dies. I know it's pricey. I know. But if you're a crafter, it's one that's really, really, really good to have. So maybe a birthday present, Christmas present, treat yourself type of thing to get this set here. Page 86, Party Alphabet dies. I'm going to be using that today, along with the Gathering Moments bundle and the folder. So here are the dies in person. Here's how big the letters are. Look at that. Look how big they are. So they're great for banners. They're great to take up a lot of space. They're great for just so many, for school teachers. There's so many different reasons. There's two, of course, the whole alphabet's here plus some other things. So there's the other set right down there. So that's page 86 if you want those. Put them back away so I don't spill any of them. And I'm going to make my little owl. Now, I don't have these in order of the years that I made them, but this is what I'm talking about. Or if you join Bev's team, you can get them for half price. So here's a little box with an owl made with leaves. So every time I see a new set of leaves, I think of an owl that I'm going to try to make using them. Here's another one. This guy's kind of grumpy or sleepy or something, but I think he's so stinking cute. There's also punches that you will use when you make your owls. Here's another one. Remember those lacy boxes, and some foil paper and our ribbon. Here's another one. This one has little mesh leaves. And so these, I know you guys still have some of those. You can throw those in on all the owls you make. And here's a bag. And then here's another little box. And this box wouldn't stand up, so I put little clothespins on the bottom. And then he stands up perfectly all by himself. So cute. I love these little owls. I keep them all on display in my stamp room all together. Hello, Kay. And everybody seems to like them a lot. So let's get started with this stamp set, or these dies, Gathering Moments. Now, to save a little time, I cut them out already because you've seen, you guys mostly know how to do that. If there's somebody new on here that does not know how to use the cut and emboss machine, all you have to do is let me know. And I would be happy to show each one with their own individual personalities. That's for sure. You can make them look happy, sad, sleepy, mad, smart. You can make them look all kinds of different ways. So I'm using the big leaf in the die sets, Gathering Moments, for this owl's head. And then you're going to take a circle punch and you're going to cut out 2 for the eyes. Now, I used a retired punch that was 1 3/4 inches in size, and I punched out 2 using the Designer Series paper from this suite. So there's 2 eyes. And then using all the Designer Series paper, I cut out 2 more using the Designer Series paper. I cut out 2 more eyes in a different paper, and that size circle was 1 inch. And then I used the 3/4 inch punch. I'm sorry, these are all punches. And I used the DSP, another pattern. Trying to grab it here. And I cut out the eyeballs. And then in the alphabet, Party Alphabet dies, there is this die there. And I'm going to cut out 2 more circles to add to this out of cardstock. So let me just turn around and cut that out right now so we make his eyes.
Okay, so this die here, cut out 2 more little circles, and we will build the eyes now. Take your liquid glue and see if you put them over to the right a little bit. It looks like he or she is looking to the right. Or you can do the same thing to the left. Oh, I see hearts already. That makes me happy. Oh, I knew that was going to happen because I was squeezing really, really hard. So we have to share, right? This glue is going to be enough for probably all these circles. So put some glue on there. And I am going to put him to the right a little bit. Let's see how this expression comes out. Maybe a little differently. And I'm going to pull him down a little bit. You don't want him way up to the top. Okay. Hi, Jacqueline. How are you? Okay, now I'm going to use the next size, and I'm going to be using the brown DSP. Guess what, you guys? Open house was so much fun. It really was a lot of fun. It always is, but it was extra special. I had a brand new customer here, and she did so well. We made that leaf card. Let me go get it. I showed you guys, but in case you may miss the video, here's the card I made with the same suite that I'm using right now. And she never stamped in her life before, and she did so well. It was great. And then when I went to service today, one of the ladies there was saying, Bev, I want to be a regular at open house. So I have 2 new regulars. Marie has always come, but she used to RSVP because she never knew, if she could make it or not for sure. And now she says, oh, heck, I'm just going to become a regular. So I have Marie as a regular now. She's been regular for a couple of months. And then now I have another regular that will be coming every month, and she's so excited. So she can't wait until the first Thursday in October, which I think is the 2nd. Okay, so here is the 1 3/4 inch circle punch again, and some early espresso cardstock and my snips. And I am going to just cut this circle in half, and we are going to have our eyelids. Just like that. Okay, so if you're happy with that, you could also use DSP if you wanted to. And then you'll make the eyes. So when I cut out the smallest circles with the dies, I put a dimensional behind there so that the center eyeball is lifted a little bit. And you can turn them however you want to turn them. Let's see, I don't like it there. There, I like it there better. So there we go. Okay, so there's his, hers, eyes, whatever you want to call your L. Now here's the biggest leaf in the dies, and you're going to need your bone folder, and we're going to turn it over, and we're going to curl this longest, the long part of the leaf right here, to make his beak. And then we're going to put the eyes right there. Okay, now you can put them as high or as low as you want. I kind of want them down a little bit. Let's put those on with dimensionals. Okay. So I'm going to put a couple on here, and a couple on this one. Oh, you guys, thank you so much for the hearts. And I'm just going to take the backings off because I'm pretty happy with those there. And I'm going to use these as kind of the sides of his face. And we don't want his beak huge, so bring him down so this is smaller. And then, whoops, then we'll put this one on. And I'm not pressing really hard when I get them down, so if I want to move them over just a hair like I do on this one, I can. Okay. I think I want this down. You're going to play with it. You're going to play with it until you, oh, I pressed that one down pretty good. I usually don't do that because in that case I wanted to lower it a little bit. All right. So there's his face. Kind of, sort of. Then I took some of the white specialty DSP and I stamped on it that's in the pack with this stamp and Early Espresso ink. This leaf stamp here, and cut out 5 of them. And I was looking at his beak and I really said, I want something more to that beak. So I decided to add this and I love it. So let's get a mini glue dot. I was so impressed with my new customer, Alicia. She, like I said, had never ever stamped before. She knew nothing about Stampin' Up. And I said, this is liquid glue. This is mini glue dots. This is dimensionals. This is a bone folder. You know, you get overwhelmed, right? My gosh, we laid out our packet. And then I said, okay, we're going to start by, blah, 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 blah. And now grab your dimensionals. And she went right to the right thing. Usually people are like, which ones are those again? I was so impressed. So what do you guys think? I think he's coming out cute. I forgot to curl him because I was talking about Alicia. And so now his beak is double curled there. All right. So now he kind of needs to be bigger and longer, right? And so we've got this big leaf too. So these are what the dies look like. So you lay this on your designer series paper and then you put this in the center and that's what makes all these holes. So I cut that out and then I put this, and you're going to just kind of glance around again and see how long you want this, depending on what you're making. Where you're putting this, are you putting it on a card? It needs to be more shorter, or are you putting it on something else and it can be longer? Well, I'm putting it on something else so it can be a little longer. So let's try this right here. I'm going to put it on with 1 mini glue dot just in case I change my mind and want to raise it or lower it later. Okay, so this gives me some more area to make some more feathers, if you will. So I took that same beak, the same thing, I stamped 4 more, and I curled them for dimension, all of them. And I used the same designer series paper in this case. This one was already curled. And then you just start adding them more feathers to your owl, just to make him more fluffy. I would lay him out without gluing him down, so you can change your mind if you want to. Now remember I told you there's 2 berry stamps. Hi Barbara. There's 2 berry stamps, these here. There's 1 berry stamp, I'm sorry, and there's 2 dies, so you can cut out more than 1. Well, I just used that dot, both those dies. Here they are. These would cut out the berries normally, but I didn't stamp anything. I just used the dies on this designer paper, this pattern in the DSP, and I put some of them on the yellow, some of them on the orange, some of them on the green, so I could have multiple colors for more feathers. Okay, so those are right here, and I cut out 6. Okay, So I'm going to curl these as well. And I'm going to lay them out underneath. If I want it this way. And I'm going to put Cajun craze, a green, and then a yellow. And then that's another yellow. So I'll go back to the Cajun craze, and this has got the gold in it. And then we'll go back to the green. And it just gives our owl a little bit more color. Okay, so let's take those out. I think I'm going to like them like that. So let's get these down so we can continue on. Now this one is sticking right under his eyeball, right? So I'm going to put a mini glue dot on the front of this leaf so I can slide it under the eyeball, press down, and it will stick there. This one is laying on the big leaf, the long body leaf, so I can put it in the back because it has something to grab onto under here and stick it down. Same with this one. So it goes on the back. So just pay attention to where you're sticking it down and what side of the leaf needs the adhesive. Okay, this one is going to have to go on top like that one did. Did I not get the, nope, didn't get it. Okay, and this one's going to have to go on top like the other one did. Okay. So there we go so far. All right, now these guys, the same thing. This one, I think I'm going to have to stick this one to this leaf here. So it's going to go, the mini glue dot is going to go on the front. Why aren't they coming off the first time? I guess I'm not pressing hard enough. There we go. And I'll angle it out a little bit. And then we'll do another color. Doesn't matter which one. I'll grab the yellow. And I'm going to come down this way. Then I'll grab a green. And we'll put it right in here. Then we'll go another Cajun craze. Let's stick that one. Where do we want to stick that one? Right here. And I've got 6 of these right now. But if you need more, if you feel like it needs to be fuller, it's your little hoot owl, and you do what you, as my daughter tells me, you do you, boo. Okay, so I'm gonna put one more in there. And I'm going to stick that one right there. So we've got this little guy here. And his little beak finger actually fits in there. Okay, so let's add to this. Let's make a little bow. And this is that ribbon that we love so much, a regular weave. I've cut it in half and curled it for you, which you could do. That would look so cute, curled down onto her face. You could, remember I showed you how to emboss it. You can emboss it in gold, silver, whatever you want to do. But I've shown you those 2 things already. So tonight I'm just going to use the ribbon like it is. And we're going to add it to our owl. So now I guess she's a girl, because boys don't wear bows. Okay, so we're gonna cut this down a little bit, maybe a little bit more. And we can stick that down right up there with another mini glue dot. Okay. Stick that down. I'm going to fluff up the loops. And then I'm going to go to, also comes in the suite, the Early Espresso and Old Olive linen thread. I think I'm going to grab the Old Olive. And I'm going to make another bow. And you know me, I've always been the bow queen, bows and baskets. But the past few years, I'm the double bow queen. I fold my ribbons in half, and then I make a double bow, so there's 2 loops there and 2 legs hanging down here. And then we can just add that. It's just so cute. I just like it to be substantial. All right, mini glue dot, and stick that down, and she is coming alive, is she not? Okay, put this away. Let's get a couple of, where are they? Oh, there they are. Let's get a couple of these and see if we can add them anywhere. They're in the suite. I kind of think one of each size is always fun to use. And you can just put them anywhere. Where would this one look good? And then we've got a big one here. Actually, I don't like the big one. So I'm going to go to another little one. So, like I said, your little girl will come together as you make her. Okay. All right. So now we're going to grab a bag. These are from the Dollar Tree. They're $1.25 for 3 of them. And we can just add her right there on this bag to give treats, a gift, whatever you'd like to give. And I'm going to put her down with some mini glue dots, I think. So I'm going to take a couple, because she's kind of big, but I'm only going to put them towards the top because I want her to flop around. I don't want her to be stuck down solid. So she will flop around up here. Okay. Press those down good. And we've got a cute little bag, but we're not done. Remember, I have those alphabets. Okay. So let's move this. Oh, what I was going to say too, if you have the bow punch, this one, and whatever color green you want to use, you could use Old Olive like the linen thread, you could use garden green, whatever. You could add more to her. This bow punch really adds well to your owls. I really like it. So I'll probably add some of those. But I want to jump over to the alphabet set, and I'm going to use the H and the I. And the I comes with a dot. So let me put those over here and get my cut and emboss machine. And this will show those of you who do not know how to use it, how we use it. So the machine, here is its code. And it comes with all these platforms. So there's platform 1, platform 2, and then there's 2 platform 3s. That's one of them. And here's the other one. Okay, so we're going to take some Early Espresso cardstock and my H and my I and my dot. And the dies have a front side and a back side. The back side has a ridge around it, and the ridge goes onto the paper. That's what cuts the paper, the ridge does. Okay, so I'm going to put the number 3 on top, and I'm going to crank it through. Okay, then I'm going to take my machine away. Pull off all the platforms. And take my H and my I and my dot. That's what's left. You take your pick tool. It's a staple. Thanks, Bev. And when you start crafting, you want to take your pick tool. It makes your life so much easier. See these little holes in the dies? You just punch with this, take your pick tool, and they come right out very easily. Otherwise, you might be digging at them for a while if you don't have something. If you don't have a take your pick tool yet, you could use something else that's pointy. Hi. Okay. So what's the best way to get this on our bag? I think the foam adhesive strips, which are on page 113. Thanks, Maria. And so we're going to take these out. And I used one already. You can see that the void is here where I used one. And I'm going to pull a piece off here. Hello, Shelly. And I'm going to turn my H over and take my snips. Cut that down. I'm going to save this piece because it's long enough to save, but it's not long enough for this H. So I'm going to get another one. I'm going to set that down here. And I don't think I need one for the crossbar. I think this will hold it up good enough. Well, in fact, I know it will. Okay, and then I'm going to turn over my eye. Actually, I had it turned over. Okay, there is a good side and a bad side. You might not be able to see that on camera, but you will in person. I'm going to put that right down the middle. See, this is just easier when you have these strips than using a bunch of round dimensionals. Okay, but this is round, right? So let's use a round dimensional for that. Slip that right back in the pack. Put it back in, and next time you need it, there's 2 already cut, and all the rest for you. So this one is turned over. We're going to use a round on a round, or octagon actually. And we're going to come back over to our bag, and little Miss Floppy we're going to peel off. These peel off, the strips peel off exactly like the regular dimensionals do. And we're going to say hi to our recipient. You could say hello with this alphabet. You could say who, because you've got an owl there. And then I was looking for I didn't find one yet, but I was looking for a who, and then the stamp that says loves you. So, that would be so cute, wouldn't it? Hi. And then I think it's super cute to take the acorn stamp and the die that comes in the set and put that right over the little circle that's popped up just for some more autumn, more of an autumn touch. Okay, so here is more. You can play around. You could use some of the bow punch. I'm not going to put these leaves down here because they don't match with up there, and I'm kind of odd that way. It would bug me. So I'm going to put just a bunch of little dropped acorn and some berries down in the corner. But let's arrange them. So this bag is now ready to be filled with tissue coming out of the top. Maybe some orange and yellow. And let's put another one up on dimensionals. Where did they go? There. And set that there. And then you could do these in different colors. Okay, and then one more. There we go. What a cute little bag. All made with your leaves. Open that up. And I guarantee you, when you hand your friend this bag full of whatever you purchased for them or made for them, as far as baked goods or anything like that, they are going to squeal with delight. She wants to see you up close. Now, I think there's one thing missing. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to grab some more linen thread. And I think I'm going to take the green again just so it will stand out. And my ribbon scissors. And we're going to do a double bow again. That just means I fold it in half. Thanks, Marie. And tie a bow just like you normally would, except it's doubled. I can't even make a single bow anymore. They look so skinny to me. Then I push on the little loops and they separate. Then we got to get our friends' mini glue dots. And we put it right behind the knot of the bow. And we stick it right there on high. Cut this down to match the other side. Now, how cute is that? Do you guys like her? Give me some love. Give me some hearts or thumbs up if you like her. This is the 1925 Owl of the season. And I think she's another cutie pie. All made with circle punches, circle dies, if you know, whichever you have. Your bone folder to curl your leaves. And then if you want to invest in these beautiful, useful alphabets, you can get those. And away you go. You could put a name across here, a grandson's name, a granddaughter's name, whatever you'd like to do. And just go to town with this. Thank you guys for the hearts and the thumbs up. I really, really appreciate that. Okay, share this video with your friends. Go to YouTube if you want to watch the replays down the road a little bit. That's where you'll find them because Facebook will not save them for too long. I'm so glad you were here. I don't see any questions. All right. Who enjoyed their time here today? I hope you did. Take care. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.